that is what you can see in the screen. If you have not watched the video, the link is in the description in this video. Please, you can go there, click on the video and watch the video. So in this project, we are going to be talking about timer, and that is what you are saying. You can see today's date is, and therefore you can see the date and the time. That's what we are about to achieve in this project. So without wasting time, we'll just go straight to the project. So since we've already discussed about the test typing effect, you can see we have three folders. We have the timer 1 and timer 2. I've already coded this before, so I'm going to be coding it again due to the essence of this video. We are going to be writing a code in the timer 1. We are not going to start from scratch in this project. I will copy the file from our test typing effect, basically our CSS file and our HTML file. We'll just make little adjustment to our HTML file in this project. You can see the image is already there and the files already there. You can see our HTML and CSS. Now in the HTML file, basically it's almost everything almost everything in our test typing effect. The only editing we did for this code is adding this section to this date is, and you can see the time is, and you can see the section. And also in the CSS, we also copy basically everything from our previous CSS code in our test typing effect. The only editing is adding time and dates class to this section. So our main focus will be on the JavaScript code. That's what we really will be writing in our main focus will be. So without wasting time, we'll start the code. So first of all, we would like to get our element, and we'll do so by using this variable, constant variable. We use a document.get query selector. On the selector will be the date selector. We are going to use a date selector. Now we do the same for the time. Constant variable time. Do the same document.get query selector, and our selector will be time. So basically this time and date, we are using it to select the element from HTML. And when we make use of the query selector, when we put those there, it simply means we are referring to the class here, the dates and the time. That's what basically we are selecting. Now we'll create a function, and the function is going to be called timer. This is how you spend timer. This is how I will spend my timer. Call it timer. Then we are going to call the set time interval. Since the function, we are going to be calling the variable over and over again. Set interval. Now we'll call the handler. We are going to make use of a arrow function. So basically what you see here is called an arrow function. It's basically similar to using a normal function, like writing a function, deleting the arrow here. So basically it's still the same. This arrow function, this function is just as similar as what we just write here. You can see when we click on it, you can see it's still showing the function, and showing that it's start calling the variable. The first variable we are going to call the variable now. Then we are going to call a function, kind of a class. That class has already been defined for dates. So we are going to use this class or constructor to call other and to get other variable like the hour, the minutes, the year. Let's start with the year. So we'll call now dot get full year. Do the same thing. Now get for the months. Now dot get full months. I'm adding one to get the current month. Then we get the day. It's going to be now dot get dates. Now this basically are for the time, the date rather. And let's get the time, the current time. Correct time will be, first we'll start with the hour. I will just say hours. And now dot get hour. Gets the hour. We'll do the same thing for the months. Sorry, the minutes rather. Get the minutes. Now I want to add the milliseconds to this function, to this code. Apart from getting the seconds, I want to get the milliseconds as well. I'll create a variable called milliseconds. Then basically we've gotten all the variable that we need. The next step is to add this variable to the both date and therefore time. So basically do that by using date.test content, and we add year, month, and dates to the that is the things we'll be adding to the date. Now we add the hour, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds to the time to basically do the same thing. Time dot test content. So when we say test content, basically we are saying everything here should be in text form. Now, guys, we are done with adding those variables to both test and time. Now, we have to call this function, this timer function, so that when we load our file, document, our HTML document, the time and date will display. I'm going to start counting in the HTML code. What basically we do, we use an event listener to add a timer function to the document. Document.get add event listener. The type will be document content loader. As soon as the DOM content loader, as soon as the document runs or the DOM file runs, the content will run immediately. Then the function, what we basically do is just call it timer. For the listener, we call timer. I think that is all concerning this code. To check if there's any error or if this code will run successfully, we will go to our HTML and run our HTML code, and that is it. It runs successfully. You can see today's date is, the time is, what you can see. Clearly shows that it's working very well. You can get this code in the description. Just click on the link. You can copy the